You're raving, you're raving, you're raving with RWR. Fabulous songwriters from Belgium and beyond, the lowlands, the highlands, and far across the pond. On Instagram and Facebook too, you can follow, like, and share. Please hit subscribe and join the tribe from the comfort of your chair. You're raving, you're raving, you're raving with RWR. All right, good evening, lovers of songs, lovers of songwriters. I hope you're all doing fine. I hope you're all fine. This is Raving with RWR, my little interview series here on Songs from the RWR Room. It's the name of the channel, dedicated to singer-songwriters from Belgium and beyond. And it's great to be back. I wasn't sure. It's been nearly 2 years since I did one of these. Hopefully I'm loud and clear out there and not on mute, as I could well be. Let me know. We should be fine. Should be fine. I'm checking the chat here to be sure. But it's fantastic to be back and doing this. It was tonight's guest who sort of spurred me on to do another one. I said, well, I'll try and get to show number 100 anyway. And so we have show number 99 tonight, which is great. Or today, I suppose, if you're watching over in America somewhere, where tonight's guest is from. Dom Torregrossa is an Italian-American singer-songwriter and a great YouTuber as well, and a great supporter of independent music from around the world. We'll be chatting with him in a moment. We have you missed that little tune, yeah, my little song there, Raven Rose song, big hit. We have Sven, we have Quant there, God oh God, we have Donny Keys perhaps. I see, of course, the main man himself, Dom, is there, and he brought loads of his supporters with him. Chris Lane, Michael Songs, Camellia. Lovely to see you all. Guitar Chris in Germany. Hello, hello, hello. Maria is there. Michael's better half. Good to have you with us. Live to Fly SC. Welcome, everybody. Some of my crew, some of Dom's crew are here, and lovely to have you with us on this Thursday evening, 8 o'clock here, and I suppose it's afternoon over yonder. So look at folks, it's great to be back doing these things. They're always a bit of fun, and I get to hear great music and talk with great singer-songwriters. So without further ado, we'll ask Dom to switch on his camera, and I'll unmute him here. And so I unmuted him as he muted himself. And please welcome, turn on your camera there, like a good Larry is.
Hello,
Domfather.
What's going on, my friend?
Hello, and it's nice to virtually meet you.
You as well, sir. You as well.
How you doing?
I'm all right. It's 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Yeah. It's a little odd, you know.
A little odd. You're well used to streaming at night.
I like streaming at night so I can have a couple cocktails. So
absolutely, it's my turn tonight. I'm on the Belgian stuff. So cheers to you, sir.
Yeah, see, Superman. I can only do coffee right now, but
that's okay. I cracked one of my favorite Belgian beers here. I'm sure you will later on. But Torregrossa, Italian name. I assume, is it a very common Italian name, or is it even an Italian name? Do you know?
No, it's an Italian name. How common it is, I don't know. I don't know too many Torregrossas. No, actually, who was it? Manny from the Lily Pillies, another really good independent band, if you don't know them. But I think one of the people from his band is from Italy, and he actually sent me a picture once that he was like in the town of Torregrossa, or it's like there's a monument or something. It's like this one family that opened up this business and owned the whole town. I'm not related to them.
I was going to say, it's not a statue of you.
No, I'm one of the poorer Torregrossas.
Wow. Well, you know, I as some of you already know, I do a little Monday night. It's a regular Monday night live stream. It started up again last week and or a week before, I can't remember, last week I think. And but I've played your song. I played one of your songs on that show. Thanks to the fact that you reached out to me and let me know. And then I followed your brilliant Saturday Night Alive live stream with two of your comrades there, Michael Songs and Chris Lane, which is a brilliant note. It goes out late. It goes out 9-ish at your time, does it?
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah. It's
so it's about 3 o'clock in the morning here, so I don't always get to see them
exactly.
live, but they're very entertaining. And your own streams, of course, as well. You do is it a regular stream you do is every Wednesday, or has that started up again? Or
It's I did it for a year, almost a year, and then I had to have surgery, so I stopped for a few months,
I see.
and I just did show two. So I just came back, and it's Tuesdays at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So like I guess 2 a.m. for you,
Yes, the 2 or 3 maybe. It's probably I think
2 or 3.
it's 3.
Yeah,
I stayed up for one.
yeah, you
Where
did.
you
I
that's
was
right.
like,
There was one
you
that
go.
I had to endure the first track muted. But
Oh, you see, you missed show two. I muted again.
oh, did you really?
Yeah, I
I'm
did it
gonna have to
again.
rewatch that. What did you
It's
say
my
afterwards?
thing, you know.
It is.
It's my
Well,
thing. It's my
I do it
trademark.
all the time. You mentioned that in the comments. You said if you're not a real streamer unless you do part of your show muted.
Yeah.
It's true.
I guess we are
I know I do it.
professionals.
I do big intros. Welcome everybody, and it's like Rabbit Jack there, and people are, how you doing, Rabbit Jack? In the comments, you're on mute, you're on mute, you're on. And of course, you're
Yeah.
just so you're in the zone of what you're doing that you don't even look at comments.
You forget to look at comments, and you always hear yourself, so you
That's
have
right.
no idea no one else hears
That's
you.
the
You
thing.
know.
We're hearing in the earphones, and we hear our own audio, even if it's on mute for the audience. So it's not
Yeah.
easy, folks. If it was easy, everybody would be doing it, and that it.
Oh yeah, there's buttons
There
to push and
is. There's
screens
so
to
much,
open.
so much going on.
And I
So
try to manage everything I do all from one screen. I don't have multi screens, so I have my door open, your show open,
no.
StreamYard's open, my lyrics are open.
There's a lot involved, and I didn't realize that until I started my YouTube journey as well. The streaming thing. It's not. I used to, we've all done them at the beginning where we switch it on the phone and we just, we sing. But when you
Hmm.
want good audio and you want that routed in somewhere else, and you want to do, want a bit of reverb when you sing, and there's a lot to it that I didn't realize at the time. But it's a never-ending journey sometimes.
Yeah, well, I think that's one of the most enjoyable things because we all go to live streams because we like to hang out with people, and
Yeah.
it's really every first show, no matter who does it, they all look the same. They're terrible.
Yeah.
You do, and it's the process of learning, like, every, like, oh, I figured out how to do this. I can do this now. And so it makes it a lot of fun for
When
everyone,
did
I think.
your before we go into the music part of when did your YouTube journey start? Do you remember, or what was the concept of your show? Was it just streaming your songs when you began, or was it before? Because now you also promote other people. I know, but
Yeah,
like I
well,
do.
actually, right from the beginning, I've an issue, and I still have an issue of not hearing anyone else's voice. So I never liked doing it just myself. I like hanging out with people. So my
Mm,
first show, it used to always be me and a guest.
I see.
And they would hang out with me the whole show, and they would play some, I would play some. It got to be really hard to keep finding guests. I mean, frankly, I'm perfectly happy just having my friends all the time.
Yeah,
Um, but that became a big part of my week was coordinating the next guest. So
yeah. There's, I said again, the work involved in the background. Um, especially these interviews, these guest shows, because for me as well, I need to be, for the guest's sake as well, they need to have good audio, and you need to meet them prior to going live. I knew you'd be
mhm.
fine because you've done it for years, but when you're trying to interview a newer guest, of course, you're trying to set them up and make sure that their audio is good enough for broadcast, and
Yeah.
not
Hmm.
always easy, right?
No, not at all.
I
But
see.
we
Yeah,
work it out.
you wore a fancy shirt for this, as Michael's songs.
This
Your
is
team are giving you a hard time already. Yeah,
Yeah, this is what I look like when I come home from work. So leave me alone.
fancy.
You know, I was
I
cracking
love
up last week. I forget what shirt I wore on my first live stream, and I brought it down to my wife, and I was like, "Does this look rock and roll to you?" And she just started laughing at me because
it.
I really don't have rock and roll clothes anymore.
That's right. Wasn't it Johnny Cash who was going off through his first audition, and his first wife says to him, he put on the black shirt. She said, Johnny, you can't wear you can't wear a black shirt to an audition. It looks like you're going to a funeral.
Right.
And he just said, well, maybe I am.
Yep.
Yeah.
No, it's true.
It's true.
Very true.
So that's you. So you were more into sort of this kind of vibe where you're chit chatting with other people.
Well,
Yeah.
so I've been involved in music again, I guess since COVID. The first year or so, all I did was, record music in a DAW and make videos, release that, and then my friend Conspiracy Music, he runs a big channel, and he heard that I wanted to start playing more. And he was like, well, I'll send you links if you want. Like, there's places to play all over YouTube. And for like 2 weeks, every night he sent me a new link. And I would go to that place with him and play in this place. And became so much fun, because in a former life, that's what I used to do. I play, I go out on weekends and play and stuff. And now that I have a family, I don't want to subject them to that. So
Indeed.
Now I can do it from home.
Were you like a hired gun guitarist before you were a songwriter, Dom, or was it always kind of hand in hand?
No, so I grew up in the golden age of the 80s. So I was, a teenage Kiss fan and rock guitarist extraordinaire. I played in heavy metal bands, all growing up, and then like punk bands, alternative bands. And then maybe in my mid-20s, I was tired of it. And then I just switched pretty much to acoustic. And about 10 years maybe playing live, which is, singer-songwriter kind of thing, and in bars and coffee shops and stuff like that.
Right.
And always trying to write my own songs,
Great. You're based in New York, or was it Yonkers, did you say?
Yeah, well, I'm from New York.
New York.
The city's Yonkers. It's about 15, 20 minutes out of Manhattan.
Pretty healthy scene there, I hear. Or I've only been over once. I knew a few guys, Irish guys living there, and yeah, a lot of musicians per capita, I think, per square
I
inch.
believe so. I would not know because I never leave my basement.
You're right.
Matter of fact, a long while ago, a friend of mine was starting an open mic, and he was like, I know you've been playing on YouTube, and I want to make sure that there's people who can actually perform when I do it. Like, can you come? And I was going to go there, and I was driving past the bar he was at, and there were 2 cars in the thing, and his wife's, because I knew them both.
Right.
And I was like, oh. And he was like, why don't you come? I was like, number one, I have to buy dinner, and then there's 30 people who will come to my live stream. So I'd rather just do that.
Yeah, I know. I'm gone very much like that as well. I sort of taken a step back from the live scene for just about a year before the world changed forever.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and yeah, it's kind of a cushy number. I love no more than yourself. I love the community and the fact that we can bring people together and reach out to each other and play each other's songs, and it's great. And we'll talk a little bit more about that in a few minutes, because
Sure.
you have lots of stuff like that in the background going on. Will you tell me a little bit about the first song we'll play tonight, Dom? Good Intention. We're going to start with a video playback.
Oh, okay.
Of your song Good Intention.
So the song pretty much unfolded exactly the way I sing it. It was around 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, and I just woke up, and so I walked downstairs to my studio and plugged in my guitar and just started playing the song, and it became Good Intention. And it's pretty, the words are kind of just things I was thinking in my head, and so it all came together just kind of random.
Yeah, but it's great. It's a lovely track. Are any of your buddies on this? Is Chris Lane on this track, or any of the or is it all? Are you playing everything? That gives me.
Yeah, this one's all me.
Yeah, Amazing. I'm going to give it a spin, folks. Let's have song one from Dom tonight. It's called Good Intention. We'll be back after this great track. Take it away, Dom.
Late at night, when the world is sleeping, I feel so tired, but the wheel just keeps turning. All I have and all I have took for granted. In the end, the remains of my good intention. I'm so tired of everyone saying it. I'm so tired of the games I've been playing with. I really, really hate explaining it to you. Who I am and who I could have been. I won't pretend that they're both the same when my story ends. All I had and all that I have let go. In the end, the remains of my good intention. I'm so tired of everyone saying it. I'm so tired of the games I've been playing with. I really, really hate explaining it to you.
Oh, yeah. Wicked stuff, as Mojo said. Very cool.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, really, really great. Do you still have that lovely red Ibanez guitar?
Oh yeah. I love
You
that
do?
guitar.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a AS 80, I think, from 1978.
It's the 78er. Wow.
Mhm.
Lots of round of applause coming in there. Michael Songs, of course. The top fans are here tonight. Live to
They're
fight.
not my fans; they're my friends.
Yeah, I know they're great people, and yeah, some of them have come over to the dark side, Dahi's dark side here, and subscribed as well. I much appreciate that. That's thanks to you, Dom. Much appreciated. Awesome, Dom. Woot 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 from Camellia.
Well, most of the people I hang out with, where we all have that same mindset of just keep making one community bigger and bigger with all these little, pockets of you want to do
Yeah,
this, you want that tonight, and
well, it's great. I noticed at the beginning of that video it mentions Songwriters Anonymous.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
tell us a little bit about that, if you would.
so basically, a long time ago, when I got back into music, I took one of these kind of workshops where you pay an exorbitant amount of money to listen to someone famous tell you things you already know.
I've been there.
And I soon found myself in the old persons group, like,
Mm,
people in their 50s were in one group working together, and all the young, cool kids were working together. So when that was all done, I was like, geez, I want to start my own group so I can have the people I like in it. So on Facebook, I started this thing called Songwriters Anonymous. And what do you know?
yeah.
It's all old people because that's who I like hanging out with.
Yeah.
And basically, it's meant to be like a songwriters workshop. The people that are in the group, it's small, it's private, so you can't just come in it. But hey, I have an idea for a song, and everybody will go, oh, I like that, I don't like this, or
Great.
I just wrote 2 nights ago a brand new song. I posted music, and I was like, I don't have time I'm too busy at work. I don't have time to really write a song. But I came up with this guitar thing, and one of the people in the group were like, for whatever it means to you, these are the words that first popped into my head.
Yeah.
And I read what he wrote, and phew, in like
Sure.
an hour, I was able to write an entire song. So we all help each other. Whether it's sometimes I know there was a guy in the group, and he was like, "Does anybody play accordion?" And yeah, we have an
Yeah.
accordion player. We have a banjo player, and then so a lot of times we work on songs together, and
So
it's
it's a real safe space, as you said, for the
that's
creative process.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's the most important part of it. Is we try to anyone who does come in the group, we try to tell them that it's important that you are there for other people, and it's just as important you need to share your raw stuff too, because writing music is very vulnerable,
Yeah.
so you want to feel like everybody is putting something on or is in it as much as you are. So if there is anybody listening and it sounds like something for you, we are on Facebook, and if you type in Songwriters Anonymous, it will pop up. I was going to give you the link, but decided not to, because history has taught me that most people who click a link really don't want to be part of that link. So the first part of the process, if you like it enough and find
Mm,
us, we will let you in. Everyone in the group had, like,
that's a good
if
idea.
someone says they want to join, I ask everyone, what do you think about this person? And, no one's ever said no, but
Sure, but you still have to vet it a little bit.
yeah.
Hope I get your name correct. Janeja. How do I say that lady's name?
I've known her for she's like my dearest friend, and I can't say a goddamn name for being. I
Janaya.
think it's Janaya.
Janaya.
See, I'm
Okay, well,
probably wrong.
pardon, excuse us, Janaya, but
We
basically
just
Dom is
do
running.
Naya. Yeah.
occasion. Yeah, we'll take a chance. Basically, Dom's running a daycare for us old weirdos. Can't stop writing songs. Love it.
That's what it is. That's why it's an anonymous group, because
Yeah, but as you said, it's
songwriting's
wonderful.
addicting.
I think it's a wonderful thing to have that, as you said, a safe space where, yeah, he doesn't know how to say it. Nobody does. No, it's a bit like Dahi. It's a bit weird sometimes to say it. But I think it's a great thing indeed. It's that you have that space to go to for, as you said, for a vulnerable thing like songwriting and music creation. Do you know how many people are in the group at the moment, or
Right now, there's 18, I
Hmm.
believe.
It's a big enough group, yeah. And you can really try out songs on each other. Do you do live streams, or you just kind of you type to each other? Is that how it works?
Yeah, you
Hmm.
find a way to get your demo, whatever you want, on Facebook. So
Yeah.
unlisted YouTube
Okay.
links,
Yes.
or
Or put up a SoundCloud link, a private
yeah,
sound. Yeah.
just
Just
do a
put an audio
SoundCloud
link.
link.
People give feedback.
We try, like, ours is the only group that you'll get in trouble if you put up a finished song. Like, we don't care, it's done.
Yeah.
Well,
Oh, no,
we
yeah.
want them. We want this. We like to hear the things when I just had an idea. So, like,
I know.
I think Michael posted one the other day, and it was just him playing his guitar on his phone. It doesn't have to
That's so.
sound,
No, of course
that
not.
kind of thing.
Not at those
You know,
stages. We spoke about it backstage there earlier on about how important it is, and I absolutely wholeheartedly agree with it that it's sometimes a lot better to not post a song. A lot of the younger songwriters want to write something and throw it out as quickly as they can instead of letting the song grow and develop.
right?
Hold
Mhm.
off, hold back a bit. Would you agree with
Right.
that? We spoke about that. How important it is. I think.
In the general sense, I agree with it. One of the things that happened to me with making videos, I got very weary of the process of spending a couple of weeks working on one song,
Yes.
getting it recorded, releasing it, making a video for it, and then moving on to the next song. And when I felt cheated, I don't write songs for. I don't write songs to entertain people. I write songs purely for myself. And so I felt like I wasn't getting enough time with them. So I was like, I'm going to stop doing that. I'm just going to work on music and play music live until I'm ready to start recording it. So over the last year, I wrote like 14 and 15 songs and just start playing
Yeah.
on live streams. That's how I met Michael Songs. He does a similar thing,
It is.
and let the song evolve. Of course, the part is finding time to actually now sit down and record it. And one of the bad things about being a songwriter, the greatest thing about being a songwriter is you're your own clock. You want to make it go slow, make it go slow. You want it to stop. Anything you want to do, you can do because you're the alarm clock,
Absolutely.
Translating that into a DAW sometimes can prove a little challenging because now you can't slow down, things like that. But it's all good.
It's all part of the process, indeed. Michael Songs was saying in your hearts there as well. Thanks, Chris. Chris agrees is how it works best, and Michael Songs too. I'll be playing a Michael Songs song on my show on Monday as well. So tune in for that, folks. Very much looking forward to next Monday's show, the Songwriter Show. Every Monday, I'm going to plug that now. Every Monday night on the channel here, 8
It is a
p.m.
great
same
show.
time. Thanks very much. Can I convince you now to give us one of your songs, maybe an acoustic version or something, just live, raw and real from?
Yeah, I could definitely play something, but like I said, if I was gonna play a song, I wanted to, I wanted to be at the RWR Room like all the
I
cool
know.
people,
Can't have everything done.
So what? I have an idea. Just give me a second. Hold
Okay.
on.
All right then. There you go, folks. Dom.
I'll be right there. I just got I gotta figure some stuff out. I'm trying. Just everyone bear with me.
Okay. Well,
Just tell them an interesting story or
we have
something.
time. We're talking to Dom Torregrossa, folks. I don't know what he's building there. Wow. What's he building in there?
I'm almost there. Hold on.
All
hold
right.
on.
Yeah. We'll
Hold on,
let
I'm
you,
coming.
Dom. Yeah. Okay. Dom Torregrossa, folks. Tonight's guest on Raving with Rua, and show number 99. I don't know what he's doing, but
I don't know, but
Crazy.
hold
Yeah,
on, something ain't
making-
working now.
Yeah, I know.
It's really not working. Hold
It's
on.
not working. No. Oh wow. Okay. I'll put up some.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, wow.
Hey,
Welcome
what's
to
going on,
Belgium.
Rua? How are you? Now I feel better. Now I feel like the cool people.
Wow, welcome to Belgium. You have
Oh,
you got
it's
some
beautiful
private jet
here.
there, man. Amazing. It's like
I took my coffee with me.
yeah, it's amazing.
It's
Welcome to
right?
Belgium.
It's a-
We have to switch to Belgian beer now.
I told you the closest I can get to Belgian beer around
Welcome to
here
the
is
RWR
Stella.
He's a contractor in real life, says Chris. So I'm not building a room. He is. That's exactly what he built.
Yep.
I don't know how we flew there so quickly, Rebel Jack. But there we go.
It's
Yeah.
because I watch Star Trek, so anything's possible.
Anything's possible. Tell us a little bit about this
right.
next song. When you're ready to
So-
go, there's no panic.
I think I'm just leaving the first stage of songwriting, which is, when all the songs are about you. I'm just starting to expand outside of that realm. For me, writing songs was always about dealing with something that I was having issues with. This song is probably the thing I've carried around the most. I wrote a song one time. It was called First Love, and it was from the point of view that most of us can't even remember who your first love was. So I thought it was an interesting way to approach a song about your first love, and you don't know anything about them. And after I wrote the song, I actually felt really bad because my first love, it ended for reasons that were kind of pretty had a big impact on both of our lives. So
Right.
I felt like I needed to resolve it, and so
Yeah.
I wrote this new song called "The Flower." So that's what I'm going to play for you now.
Marvelous. I'll put you on full screen and you take it away. Ooh, love a reverb.
Let me. Let's see. Okay. All right. So this is called "The Flower." I think my mic's wrong. Hold on, I got to do that again. No, it's right. Okay. I was sitting there thinking, God, when will it end? We've made a mistake. We could not pretend. My body was numb and my throat was dry. I just stared at the floor as they shouted, and I held it inside. Victoria, she's crying, and she won't come out her room. She thinks of the flower that's never gonna bloom. I guess it's the end of the life that we knew. I'm sorry for what I've done to you. We were totally different. yet somehow the same. I'll never forget the day she first said my name. It was like finding a piece of my heart that lay broken right there on the floor. I looked in her eyes and she gave me a smile, and it opened the door. Victoria, she's crying. She had nowhere she could turn. I could have been there beside her, but I didn't have the nerve. I guess it's the end of the life that we knew. I'm sorry for what I've done to you. Lovers in tangles, we were lost souls. It's so hard to imagine at just 16 years old. Victoria, she's crying. She heard I got on a plane. 'Cause I couldn't face her, and I still live in shame. I guess it's the end, but it wasn't all bad. We cry for the flower that we never had. The flower.
The flower. Beautiful song, Dom. Strong song. Really, yeah, great stuff.
Thank you very much.
Just gonna looking at some of the great comments that came in there during that. Sounding awesome, says Folk Punk. Thank you very much.
Oh, hey, JJ, what's up, bro?
That one's great. Says guitar. That one's great, Dom. So guitar, Chris. Thanks, folks, for all the lovely comments there coming in. What else? Chris Lane is a funny man. I simply remember my serious girlfriend. Dated from first year of high school through college, and then he says cheated on me with my buddies after graduation. He's been married to him for 35 years. I've been married for 34. It worked out.
You know, it's funny. Like that was like the whole point of the song "First Love" because, you know, when you're in it, you first one, and you know, no whether it's good or whether it's bad, it's really important. And how it can become so unimportant at another point in your life is really like the mystery of it. You know?
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for all the comments.
Thanks, everybody. I appreciate it.
Chris Lane Senior, if you'd like to do one of these down the road, drop me a little Facebook message and we might set it up. Yeah, we can
I will answer for Chris. Yes, he does.
He'd like to do that, would he?
Yes, he does.
Okay. Chris, does Dom always speak for you?
Only when I'm on microphone.
Tell me the story about how you know Chris Lane Senior and how the Saturday Night Alive came about with Chris and Michael songs.
So Chris is, I guess, just about the oldest person. Well, not the oldest person. Well, he's kind of one of the oldest people I know too. One of the oldest people I've known. I met Chris before YouTube, and everything was on Facebook. We were both in a group called Garage Band Users, and it all started there. There was a guy, Ron Ward, who's still around, and he used to stream a music show from Facebook, and you would send your songs, and he would play them. He would play them on Facebook, and then eventually it all moved to YouTube. But so I met Chris in that group like 2.5 years ago. And
He's in Colorado, is he?
he's in Colorado. He is a bass player, and we started talking. He came into Songwriters Anonymous, and I asked him to play bass on a song for me, which he did, and I hated it. And I was like, "Oh, I don't like it. I'm gonna do it myself." And he was like, "Yo, whatever." And
Whatever. I love the way you said that. Whatever.
so I can be very complicated when working
Yeah.
with people. So I really have to know a person because
Indeed.
before I work
Me
with
too.
them, otherwise they just think I'm a dick. But
better
anyway,
to know you.
about a month later, I called him back with my tail between my legs. I'm like, "No, your bass part's really good. Can we still use it?" And he's like, "Yeah."
Yeah.
And then we started talking about the song, and this song is called "The Hard Road," and really, it's maybe 5 years before that. I was diagnosed with stage 3 bladder cancer.
Oh dear.
Threw my world into a frenzy. It was 9 months of chemotherapy, surgery, recovery, rehab, and just having kids, having a job, having a life. I just pushed it down like we do. I don't have time to really think about this. So I'd never really processed everything. And then one day I start writing a song and I'm reading the lyrics. I'm like, "Oh my God, this is all about that experience,
Yeah.
And then through talking with Chris is also a cancer survivor. So we bonded on that. And we've become like the best of friends. He's probably like my best friend in the world at this point.
Did you met him in real life, have you?
No, we plan on it. He's in
I
Denver,
never-
and
oh wow.
I always have to travel with a wife and 2 kids. So, it will take
so
some
easy.
logistics, but definitely I have full intentions of meeting Chris and Michael's songs at some point.
That'd be
and of course,
amazing.
Maria.
And you only met them online, yeah.
Yeah.
So you're right. Chris Lane says happy to chat, and yes, you were right. You knew he was going to say that. What's that comment there about a little bird was talking about the flower? Any chance of a duet coming out? Says folk punk.
I don't know about a duet. There is a woman in our group called Viv Sparrow, who is without a doubt one of the best vocalists that I've ever heard. She's, phenomenal. Like,
Yeah.
we have fun. No, like she should be a professional singer.
Right.
And anyway, her and I are doing a duet together if I ever get around to it. But she heard me play the flower one day. She said, the way she told the story, she goes, "I was walking out my house and I was listening to your live stream and I heard the song and I turned around and I went back home and I sat with my guitar and I tried to learn it." So she's doing a cover, so she's going to be doing her own cover of it. And to hear her sing it, it broke me down to tears because she could put all the things, like I am not a vocalist, I do what I do,
Yes, indeed, okay.
I'm not trying to get better at it. It's, it is what it is.
Yeah.
But she knows how to use her voice for impact. And it was just amazing.
Yeah, it's wonderful.
Yeah.
When you hear someone singing your own, to hear your songs coming out of someone else it's a special thing. Just going to say goodnight to Rabbit Jack there. He's off. Great supporter of the channel. And
Take care, Jack.
In the morning. Thanks for being here, Rabbit Jack. Great songwriter, folks. Check him out online as well. Please do. Chris Lane Senior is an everything player. He's proficient at all instruments, recording and video making. Chris, you are awesome, my friend. Look at that. Michael Songs is a gem of a man too.
He is.
What a nice thing to say. Yeah. And somebody said that. Let me find it. That conspiracy music. Chris has got the best hair in the business. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and Michael Song is the best dressed YouTuber in the world as well, I think. Yeah, great comments coming in. Listening from work, hello, says Roque
Oh, what's up, Roque?
Abalanda. Is that Roque? Is that how you say his name?
I think so.
I
I'm
think
really
so,
bad
yeah.
with names, by the way. So
Terrible for names too. But
Mhm.
welcome to you. Welcome to you. Would you pick up that guitar again beside you and tell us a little bit about it? The guitar itself. You have a thing on your Saturday Night Live called Guitar Porn.
Yeah,
where you
well,
get-
actually not on Saturday Night Live. So I'll finish with that. So basically,
Yeah.
on Saturdays, we all hang out at a place called Camp Gme, another channel, and he just runs an open mic. And basically, it's an open mic for the most part of all live streamers. Like, it's like, you know how all the big bands back in the 70s, when they were done with their show, they would go hang out and watch Frank Zappa play, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
So his channel became the place where all the other live streamers hung out and, like,
Right.
and just BS and we'd all play songs and have a fun time. Well, he was going to take a month or so off. And me, Chris, and Michael were talking like, what the hell are we going to do on Saturday night? So he's like, listen, is it all right if we just run the show for, in your apps? And so we were just covering for him. But we tried to bring some new things to it. Like we started with the mini sets and inviting certain people to just get to play sets of music. We came up with the golden ticket where everyone would vote for who they liked best. And they had a redeemable coupon to pop up on our show. And, so it was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
But I don't remember. Oh, so anyway, then Chris and I do another show together called The Happy Hour. It's more just like a talkie show. We just talk about things going on because there are a lot of music shows out there.
Yeah.
And sometimes, I love music, but sometimes I want to break from it too. So the happy hour is just
Happy hours, that's what I was thinking of, yeah.
we just see what people are talking about and we just
shoot the breeze and talk to
about
your
it. Yeah.
people. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Those are brilliant.
So
And part of that was then you said
that's where we came up with
thing was
guitar
born.
porn because
Yeah.
we either talk about guitars or we talk about food.
Yeah, that's right.
Food always comes into play at some point, and it probably ends every show. I bet more people who watch the happy hour have gained weight because they're snacking at 2 a.m. But it's just like Chris and I do the show because that's what we used to do on Thursdays anyway. We would just get together in StreamYard, not live, and just talk. So when they're like, why don't we just make this go live? So that's pretty much what we would just hit live when it became a show. So.
Can you read what Conspiracy Music put up there? We need a place to talk about food and fart jokes.
Exactly, 100%.
That's what, 100%. That's what it is. I've seen a couple of shows. Yeah. Yes, indeed, Chris. Songwriter Anonymous is present and accounted for. Indeed. And it sounds like a great little group. And maybe I'll be allowed to join it. I don't know.
I'm definitely going to send it to you. Yes.
See if your peeps allow me. It's so weird seeing the room behind you.
Right? A little confusing. I think I may use it because this is a nice looking room.
You can pretend. You can just say, you can shave and say, hi, Dahi Rua here.
Yeah, exactly.
From the Rua room.
Yeah.
Just change your name. Nobody will know.
Yeah, exactly.
No, nobody will know. The accents might.
I'll be Dom Rua.
Yeah, I'm Dahi Rua. Yeah, I can be Dom Torregrossa.
So,
speaking of guitar porn, tell me a little bit about that.
All right, so this is a Taylor 410 CE. I bought it in 1992. And it's a performer. It just holds up, It's a great guitar. I probably need to have a little bit of work done to it. I'm having a little problem with some of the I'm getting a little buzzing and stuff, but
sure,
that's another case. But I've had this guitar forever. I've often considered trading it in and getting a new one, but I don't know. It's like
it's hard to be in them,
I know that's it. My thing is like I've been playing. My other guitar is a Martin T15, which I'll play later.
Okay, great. Ask you
And
about
that's
that
an all mahogany guitar,
then.
and just the tone difference is so huge that when I play this, it becomes too bright for me. So I've been on a constant search for different strings, and like I take every one
Yeah.
string, and every week I just put a different set and take notes on what I
Oh wow,
like.
do you really just the constant quest? And are you 12 gauge, 13 gauge? What do you like?
Well, that's what started it all. I've
Mm.
always used 13s, and they were proven bit tough. Like, oh man, it is hard to do some stuff on 13s. So I switched to 12s, and once I switched to 12s, I was not happy, and I stopped using it altogether.
Right.
And then I bought a Breedlove 12 string. And if you think playing 13 gauge strings is tough, play any 12 string. So I'm like, geez, if I gotta play a 12 string, I may as well put 13s back on this. So
Yeah.
that's what I did. And so now I play this again. I don't know why it did not sound good with 12 gauge strings for me.
Yeah, sometimes they're like that. Or you could have you tried when you play alternate tunings as well? Do you?
Yes.
And have you tried going down like a half a tone on
Well,
13?
this is down here. This is
Yeah,
an E
is it
flat
down?
right now. Yeah.
All right, okay.
Mhm.
Sometimes that can relieve some of the pressure, as you know. So
The pressure,
yeah,
and what I may try next is maybe just on the B and E string, maybe use strings from a 12 gauge on that.
yeah, I've heard of
I
that.
was going
People
to try that.
alternating their sets. Yeah, and
hmm
mixing sets. Yeah,
Yeah.
I've
So
never
I
done it
make
myself, but I
because
hear that.
I have at least 30 sets of strings. I bought like a couple
Wow,
sets of
just to
whatever
try
people
different.
recommended. Like all
Yeah,
right,
okay,
I'll get
wow.
those. I'll get those, and
Give us a
you know.
song, Mr. Torregrossa,
Okay.
please, if you wouldn't mind, and tell us a little bit about it.
All right, so I'm gonna play a song. I try not to be. I try to keep most of my opinions to myself in music. I don't like when people sing songs to me and that
Preach a bit, you mean?
they preach.
Yeah.
So maybe this song. I wouldn't say it's preachy, but it's more about the world as I see it.
Sure. We need those songs too sometimes, indeed.
Yeah, no, 100%. So this is a song called Crossroads. Let's see here. There we go.
Yeah, it's a good tone off that Taylor.
Thank you.
Oh yeah.
All right, this is Crossroads. Lay me down on the bank of a river. Let it wash all over me. And when I wake, it'll be a new beginning. Oh, yes, it will. No pain, no fear. No one ever deals with shame or insecurity. Parents don't cry, 'cause no child ever dies by another person's hands. Ain't never been to the crossroad. I will wait for you there. I think the time's come humanity. No one fights, 'cause no one's got that right. We make love instead of war. Each mouth gets fed, then we go to bed, and we won't dream about or talk about yesterday. I hope it's not too late for you and I. I've seen the writing on the wall. I'll be waiting at the crossroads. If anybody cares, let me sleep under a sky that's filled with stars. Oh, let me sleep. You and me, we can be free. We can be free. Ain't never been to a crossroads. I will wait for you there. I think the time is coming for all humanity. I think the time is coming for all humanity. Crossroads.
Gorgeous stuff. Dom Torregrossa, songwriter extraordinaire, with us tonight on the show, and it's great to have you with us.
It's a pleasure to be here.
Really is, Dom. Got lots of great comments coming in here. Conspiracy says, such a great song and message. Thank you, Conspiracy. Dom always gets the feels just right in his songs, says Michael Songs. And yeah, indeed, Chris is agreeing with you with him there.
I gotta say, it's what did I just do to my
reverb.
voice? Oh, that's because they're both on. There we go. That was really spooky.
Sounding great, my main man Dom. Thanks,
Thank
Chris.
you, Chris.
Much
Like I
appreciated.
say, the only thing I can do is that. You know, I can't go. I can't do that kind of stuff, but I can sucker punch your heart.
I like the message, exactly, and I like the message. It's not too preachy. I like that. You need to. Sometimes you need to sort of commentate on something. Is that the right word?
Yeah.
Rather than preaching about it. Yeah, like I said earlier, and I think it's a very good thing. A very good song.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
What's your songwriting process like, Dom? Are you a note taker? Do you faff over songs for a long time? Are they guitar riff driven? How do you, or is it a mixture of everything?
Well, I like to go from as many different approaches as possible. Because if you do it one way too much, maybe they're gonna all start to sound the same. Possible.
Okay.
I mean, a lot of my music sounds the same anyway. I use the same chord progressions a lot. But so I would say for the most part, 90% of my songs either starts with a guitar lick or a vocal idea, and like fractions. So I almost always write the two together.
Oh, really? Yeah.
For the most part, because long ago, I always wrote lyrics and then I wrote music. Once I started working in a DAW, I realized that, it takes a real long time to write lyrics and then make music to a song. It really takes a lot longer than just doing it.
To do it together.
Doing it, all at the same time. And the other thing I never thought about, I always thought I needed something to say first before I started writing a song.
Oh, that's interesting.
And then I realized that maybe I know enough from my own life experiences that I could just throw something out there and go, oh, that's a good idea. And, so a lot of my songs now are created by going blah, blah, blah. Ooh, I like that blah. And it becomes the whole song, So
you generally need like a guitar with you to at least start on something.
Yeah, for me, I do, because if I'm not playing my guitar, I can't sing a note. Like, I can't do karaoke. I could never sing in tune or key.
Yeah, it's a weird process. I mean, for me, I tended to be a lot of like a note taker. This could be a possible title, and I'm just messing around with, I can kind of feel the tempo, the rhythm of a song as I write it. I kind of know if it's going to be fast or slow. I'm curious to see what Chris Lane or Michael would say about it. But for me, it tended to be a lot of note taking, and then sort of refine it. And then, okay, is this going to be a minor or a major sounding song?
Right.
Happy or sad-ish. And then go from there. Yeah, it's weird.
Generally, if I'm writing a song, it's going to be sad.
Yeah, but
well, because here's the way I always think about it. Happy songs are wonderful. I mean, don't get me wrong, but if I'm happy, I don't really need music. Like, I'm already good. Music for me has always brought me out of sadness. So
there has to be an emotional element as such.
For me anyway, that's what gives me, jazzes me up, is it's a release of it. Like, I put all my bad thoughts into my songs and I kind of like set them free. Like, you don't have to take up space in my brain anymore. You're now in that song.
Yeah. Have you ever gone back and reworked a song, maybe you've recorded even and released, and gone back and tore it apart again? Or not really?
Usually, no.
No, you let them go.
I've made slight corrections through playing them live, but when it's done, it's done. There's no, everyone who records music says they're going to do that, but there's no glory in reworking. For me, anyway, there's no glory in reworking an old song. It's my greatest feeling in music. It's the night when I'm sitting there with my guitar and I go, hit that last chord. I'm like, this song is done. Oh my God.
Right.
It feels so good. Like, I just made a song out of thin air. It's got words, it's got music, it moves. It's the most exciting thing.
I know. And of course, that happens when the first time you do write a new song, we think we've written my way, Michael says, I love the melancholy mood of music. Also, these are my favorite songs. Sad can be cathartic. Yeah, very much so. And Chris was just saying there that he always starts from the harmonic. He's not really a singer, but it doesn't focus on the lyrics. Not that he doesn't care about the lyrics, but I think he means he doesn't focus on the lyrics. So, and also maybe for me, I've noticed with songwriters, I would say I'm a singer first and a guitarist second. Maybe guitar players focus a bit more on the melody and the musical part of a song. I don't know, than they do the lyrics. Whereas always done the opposite.
It could be like from my perspective, I would say I focus more on the guitar part because I don't think I could deliver like phenomenal vocal melodies. Like,
exactly. We all have our forte. We all have our thing.
Yeah.
Suppose also, and we tend to. It's like when you go in to mix a band. In a studio, the bass wants more bass and the guitarist wants turn me up. I think we all gravitate towards what we think do the best, maybe something like that. And was before we go, the other question I had for you was where did all this music in your life come from? Was it in the family for years before you brought up with
No.
musicians or anything like that?
I mean, music is a part of every household, but
Mm.
as far as I know, I'm the first musician
Oh well.
in my family, and I guess for me, I mean, it was I was a young kid. I felt isolated. I didn't feel comfortable around other kids. I thought different. I played different, and as soon as I found music, fell in love with it. I was like, this is from, I can communicate now. Like I had, when I was young, I had a lot of problems conveying what I thought.
Mm.
And it just became a vehicle, one, to say what I wanted to say. And a guitar is about the greatest shield you can have, you know?
It is.
Number one, someone sees you holding a guitar, everyone's like, ooh, that guy's playing a guitar. So it automatically throws people, so it's definitely, like suit of armor holding it in front of
Very
you.
much so. It's a prop you can hide behind as well.
Oh yeah,
Even on stage.
100%.
Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah, it very much is. It very much is, and very versatile. And you play in dadgad as well as standard mainly, do you? Tuning
Yeah,
wise.
so I have, well, what I try to do is I love, first of all, if I could only play in Dagad, I would. It's the most beautiful
It's
sound I've
gorgeous.
ever
Yeah.
heard. Um, what I often do is I'll visit a tuning, I'll leave one guitar just in a tuning, and I'll try to write three or four different songs, learn a cover or two I can do in that tuning. Um, so like when I play, I have a whole bunch of songs I can play. So I have like 4 or 5 songs in Dadgad, a bunch of songs in Open G.
Yeah.
So and then there's I think another one is D. I think it's D sus. It's a really
Yeah,
strange tuning, but it sounds beautiful.
amazing. Tell me about all the guitars on the wall beside you there on the left hand side.
Well,
What are
my
they?
ones, yeah,
Yeah, those ones there are lovely. Yeah,
they're beautiful guitars. Yeah,
they are.
maybe I'll let you borrow one time.
Okay, maybe. Yeah, leave. Yeah, when you come over in your private jet,
Yeah,
I'm gonna get you to Belgium sometime yourself, and it'd be lovely if you
you
can
know,
come over and see us.
I've got a nice stable. I have I think maybe 14. So
Ah, nice, love you.
I have the Taylor, a Martin. I have a Breedlove 12 string. I have a
Beautiful.
Taylor
So you
nylon string.
is the Breedlove at Hans Reach? Could we have a look at it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I love Breedlove guitars. They're European made, I think, are they? Oh yeah. Oh, she's a beaut.
Yeah, it's really nice. Ooh.
Oh, oops. Uh, he's on mute again.
That just
And
happened.
what's the ratio of acoustic to electrics then?
I definitely have a lot more electrics.
Have you?
Um,
What did you start out on electric?
no, I started, I mean, as a young kid, I
Mm.
started out on an acoustic.
Yeah.
I think I sat on it and it broke. Um, and then my parents got me a Honer, the people who make harmonicas. I got a Honer Les Paul copy. And then the first guitar I bought was a Washburn 810V, which was the guitar that Carlos Cavoza played in Quiet Riot, when they made like the Bang Your Head,
I've
so that
heard
was
that.
like the
Yeah.
first guitar I bought. And then I have 2 or 3 Jacksons, a Strat, a Les Paul, couple
Good old
custom
collection.
shops, yeah, a little
It is.
bit,
Yeah, yeah. Well, I think real guitar players tend to, not just collect them. Chris says there's the first road damage for the new 12 string.
yeah.
Is it kind of new?
Yeah, I actually, it's kind of funny. So, I mean, I had a real serious problem with my shoulder. I wound up having a surgery I was stuck like this. I
Oh
couldn't
no.
move. I lost all feeling in my hand.
Look,
And I knew I was going to have surgery, and I was really worried about it. So this is how I thought: if I buy a new guitar, I'll have to get better because I'll have to play it. So
Oh, I like that idea.
before the surgery, I just bought a guitar, yeah, and it worked. Hooray me!
Hooray you! Yes, it is. Work, shoulder work.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Oh wow, I love it. Jack. Chris likes the Jacksons. Chris is a great guitar player from Germany. Jacksons are iconic rock-wise, anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I tell you,
I know them as
all
shredding guitars. They're also heavy metal guitars. Am I right or
Yeah.
wrong?
Oh yeah. They are the iconic
Shredder.
hair metal
rock.
shredder
Yeah.
guitar. Definitely. They are phenomenal. Problem is, I am by no means a shredder.
Mhm.
Don't want to be. I'm
No,
more
indeed.
of a bluesy kind of guy.
Yeah.
So I have, a couple of the Jacksons they've fairly high ticket. I've had them forever. Neck through bodies. They're custom shop guitars.
Yeah. So real high end stuff as such.
So I'm
Yeah.
like, what am I gonna damn do with these things? Like I've been telling my kids, I have 2 young kids. I'm like, listen, you guys have to learn how to damn play guitar. Like I'm gonna force it now. I said because otherwise,
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm gonna do. Like, what am I? I'm gonna croak, and Mom's gonna have all these guitars. She's gonna sell them for nothing. I'm like,
What's that joke? My biggest fear is that when I die, my wife sells my guitars for what I told her I bought them for. Yeah.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
no,
the oldie and the goodie.
Yeah.
But
You know,
that's it. You got to find hands to put those Jacksons into. Yeah. And all
Yeah,
the
well,
others.
that's it. If I know my little guy wants my Strat because his favorite color is red, and it's it's red. I'm like, yeah,
fair
but
enough.
so I just started trying to teach him. We'll see if they pick it up. I would love. I mean, that would be my ultimate dream. But
Are they showing any inclination towards music at the moment, or?
my older kid, he played piano good for a while, but he was playing piano because I was afraid I would be a bad teacher. I tend to be like a sledgehammer, you know, and I didn't want to oppress him more than I
Indeed,
normally
that's-
oppress
yeah.
him. So I was like, why don't you take piano? But he bailed on that after about a year. So now we're gonna try guitar, and I'm doing it with him.
Yeah, he might come back to it. Chris Lane says I can help you finding hands with you. He said my mailing address is.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm sure there's
Yeah,
a lot
first-
of lot of,
yeah,
lot
first
of
I-
people. who-
Yeah, first I would like to see last year's tax returns. Sorry.
Have you another song for us before I let you go?
Yes,
sir?
I will do one more song.
Thank you so much.
Do a little guitar.
On the
switch.
Martin, was it, or on the? Oh,
Yeah, it's going to be on the Martin.
on the Martin, lovely. And just you can tell us a little bit about the guitar as well, if you wouldn't mind, for the guitar geeks.
Actually, this is a great story with this guitar. So, back in, good God, it was in 2008, maybe like 2010. I was in a completely different life, and I was very unhappy. So I had a lot going on my head of what am I going to do and blah, blah, this. And I'm a very heavy sleeper. I never remember my dreams. And I had 3 different dreams every night. And the final dream, the dream was really strange. I was being attacked and I was being chased down the block. And I wound up picking up a guitar and like defending myself, El Kabonging people. So a couple days later, I was in like a guitar center, I forget what thing, out on Long Island, and I walk in to buy strings and I look up and I'm like, oh my God, that's the guitar from my dream. And it was this exact guitar. And I was like, I want that guitar. He was like, you want to play it? I'm like, no.
No.
I just give me that damn guitar. So I got the guitar. I got it tattooed on my arm, and then I packed my bags and I left. I'm like, this is a sign. This is all means something. So I love this guitar because it's it means a lot to me. So, but it's a Martin D15. Before it's the original one, I think they stopped making the standard D15 in 2011. Then they now Now it's called the D15M, or they have like the triple O's. I think Michael has one of the newer ones.
Yeah, so Michael's
But
is great
it's
as well.
basically just no frills guitar, but built by Martin, and it's all mahogany. So
Full
it
mahogany,
is
yeah.
just the warmest guitar I've ever played.
Beautiful. I'll let you do your thing.
All right, so this last song is this is actually a Songwriters Anonymous song. So what we do a lot of times is you get an idea, and sometimes people give all kinds of suggestions, or sometimes you just go direct to one person. You know, so I wanted to write a story kind of song. I've done some. And who do I know who writes story songs? Michael Songs. That's all his songs are stories. So
Right, yes.
I called him up. It was like, you know, you want to work on a song with me? And he was like, oh, absolutely. So we hung out one night online and, you know, got the whole basis of the song. He contributed some lines. He came up with some of the guitar parts, you know, and it, like I said, it wasn't like we were working on a song. We were just talking about the story, like, well, you know, like all kinds of little, you know, we were just geeking out on it. It was a lot of fun. We got to know each other and stuff. So this is a song that we wrote together, and it's called If These Walls Could Talk, and it's an open G.
Nice one.
All right. So
Co-write. I was going to ask you about co-writing, but you answered the question. Yes, you do co-write. Have you co-written other songs apart from this one with Michael?
More people, like I've played some songs. Naya has written some lines in some of my songs. Chris Lane has put some lines in some of my songs. This was probably, well, you know, I went to him, it was fairly established, and then we fine-tuned it.
Yeah.
So it's probably the closest to co-writing I've gotten.
Just say the title of it, though.
It's called If These Walls Could
Oh, you
Talk.
did. I'm sorry, it's this one.
All right. There is an empty house on a quiet street. The green grass is now all weeds. The porch has a light that don't shine no more. Some boards been nailed where there was a door. If these walls could talk, the third right off Main on a warm summer day, when they first pulled up in an old pickup truck, with hope in their eyes and their children beside. Jeannie grabbed for the keys, smiling back at Steve. If these walls could talk, I remember a day when the girls were 3. Steve came home for lunch from the factory and marked their height on the frame of the door. It's one of the things that don't happen no more. They spent all that they had, and their life was hard. They loved their dog. He's buried in the backyard, under the tree where the girls once played, and Jeannie watched proud of the life they had made. If these walls could talk, it was just before Christmas when the factory closed. They didn't know that they soon lose their home. There'll be no presents under the tree. There is an empty house on a quiet street. I wonder if they think of it.
Wow, Dom, powerful stuff and a gorgeous song. And I love the open G.
Thank
you. Can't beat open D and open G. Open anything.
I know. Yeah, open anything, basically.
Open anything.
Right?
It was a great song, and thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for your time and your talent tonight, for sharing your songs and your stories with us. And maybe one day you'll be really in this in the room. Love to have you over here sometime. And who knows, if I'm ever up New York direction, I'll seek you out.
Oh, absolutely.
It'd be lovely to meet you. That was a great, lots of nice comments coming in. Thanks to Guitar Chris, and thanks to everybody for tuning in. When are you you're streaming again soon, are you? Have you got something coming up?
Yeah, well, tonight when you're asleep, me and Chris in about, what is it? It's going on 4, so in like 5 hours, Chris and I will be going live to do the happy hour. But my normal night, I stream on Tuesdays. Yeah. And usually I do I do half covers, half originals. It's called the song list, and I basically just try to make a set list and and just play it.
Fantastic. That's in 5 hours, is it? 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3 o'clock. Bordering on my bedtime, but I might. You never know.
Like you say, you don't expect other live streamers to be going to your live stream. It's a lot of work. So
I don't understand. But
when we do link up, it's all good.
Yeah,
but,
easy for me tonight. It's easy working with a pro, and you are a true pro. And I love your streams and love your songs and all you do, not only for live streaming, but for other artists as well. And that goes for Michael's songs and Chris Lane as well. You do a great thing, and I'll make a point of talking to Chris and Michael as well. Ask them all the same questions and bring them back on to this show if they're up for it. I'd love that.
And just so you know, we all feel the same about what you do. Like when I came, that's so writing songs, the greatest feeling is finishing the song. Live streaming, the greatest feeling is finding someone that no one in your community really knows about. Like, I randomly came across Michael's songs and was like, dude, you gotta come over here, and now everyone loves him, and when I found your show, I was like, I can't believe there is this show. This is like exactly what we love,
Yeah. So. Well, it goes both ways. I dip in and out of all of your shows. Michael's streams, your streams, your or at least on the rewatches anyway. I can't always make the live thing, but I just think it's great. The community is great, and I very much appreciate the fact that you sent a lot of people my way as well. So I'll say that publicly now as well. Thank you for that. It was because of your song on my Monday night show and doing this now. So many of your homies have become my RWR roomies.
Good. I mean, they're deservedly so.
Much appreciated. The Secret Legacy says, community is amazing. Yeah, it is. Thank you very much, The Secret Legacy. Well said, Dom. Community is amazing. Without it. Yeah,
It's
indeed.
not my community.
My
it's
music wouldn't,
the
it's our
community.
community, indeed, but I know what you're getting at.
Yeah.
Without it,
So
my music wouldn't be
you
heard.
someone hear you say Dom's community, I'm going to get in trouble. It's our
Yeah, don't let
community.
Not me.
Of course, I am the one who named myself the Domfather, so they probably believe it.
Thank you. I knew I had another question. Where did that come from? Was it you or someone else that nicknamed you that? It's a perfect nickname.
It could have been me, but I'm not actually sure. I mean, I guess it's because I'm Italian and I'm a dad. I don't know. I don't remember.
It's very fitting. We are Dom's followers. Yeah, I'm one of Dom's followers now too, Matus.
Thank you, Matthias. He's good too. Everyone I know is making music. So there's with literally thousands of people.
I know. It's a great community, and like without songwriters, as you know, there wouldn't be no music industry, of course, and we need listeners and we need writers. It all, as it was described to me once as a pyramid upside down. It all starts at the bottom with the songwriter, and everything else stems from that.
Yeah, 100%.
It was probably Chris. Chris reckons it was him that started calling that. It sounds like something Chris Lane would come up with, if I know him at all.
Yeah, but Chris is the jokester.
Exactly. Dom is my fourth father. Maria has a few fathers. You're one of them. I love it.
Fourth?
Fourth. Not even second. No, fourth. The time difference means I can catch shows at any time of the day. It's 7. Oh, it's early morning for you, Secret Legacy.
Good morning,
wow.
Secret Legacy.
Other side of the world. He's on Friday morning already. Australia or somewhere.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Look at Dom, I'm going to let you go. You have another stream to do. I really, really appreciate you spending your time today. It
was very much my absolute pleasure, sir. My pleasure. And
if you want a 5-minute chat in the back in the green room, we can do that after the show.
Yeah, I'll hang out for a second.
Hang out for a second. And we'll
I hear the front door open. So my children are home, so I have to leave my fantasy world and
you do
go help with homework.
That man is on Australia. I see. The Secret Legacy. Welcome, Australia. Dom Torregrossa, it's been an absolute pleasure chatting with you and hearing your songs almost in real life. It felt like it was transported to the other RWR room in Yonkers.
Yep. Yeah. This is a satellite. He's become a corporation now. I'm opening up a Yonkers franchise of the RWR room.
I'll be watching to see if you make any money. I'll be saying, hey, excuse me. Have a great day, Dom, and thank you so much once again. Much appreciate you being here, and good luck with the stream tonight.
Thank you very much, sir.
And with all your musical endeavors.
Everyone who came, thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Much appreciate all the viewers as well that came by. Dom, have a great day.
All right, take care.
Thank you, sir.
Bye.
Ciao.
Bye, everyone.
Dom Torregrossa, folks, the one and only, and the brilliant, great songwriter, great guy, great supporter of singer-songwriters from all over the world. Check out his streams if you can. There's a link to Dom in my info section there. You can go directly to his YouTube channel and give him a little sub. I will leave you by saying thank you very, very much, and Happy New Year to you all. It's never too late. It's still January, so have a happy new year. Have a great rest of week and weekend. Check out all the great live streams that are happening around Dom's channel. There you have Chris Lane Senior, you have Michael's songs. You know already, you've already subbed to them, I'm sure. And I will see you Monday night. Every Monday night, folks, I do another show called The Songwriter Show, where I play back videos recorded here in the studio and videos from great singer-songwriters around the world. And have a great rest of the week. Have a great weekend. Thanks for being here tonight on the 99th Raving with RWR show. And I'll put out a little banner here, and I will see you down the road. Thanks again, everybody. Thanks to the great Dom Torregrossa for his great chat and his songs tonight. See you in the next one. Bye-bye.